Hey guys, Duke of TBC here, and I'm just been messing around with Millrogue the past few days to rank up kind of slowly, but rank up I still was, because I think the deck is hilarious and fun to play, and you don't always have to play a tier 1 deck to enjoy the game. So today I'm going to be playing a deck that is also not considered tier 1 because it's not the normal mid-range hunter, and it's not face hunter, because I hate face hunter, and everyone hates Face Hunter, and there's nothing fun about it. There's literally nothing fun about Face Hunter. So today I'm going to be playing Feign Death Hunter, which in many moments can have an incredibly powerful turns. It can do just incredibly powerful things. The only problem that it has is that it can sometimes be just a little bit inconsistent. This is a really good opening hand. Some people think that Feign Death really isn't a very good card. It's very situational. It's very difficult to get advantage off of. And yes and no. It really depends on the situation. On turn 8, playing a high main gets you a high main into a Feign Death gets you 2/2/2s for the cost of 2 mana, which is insane. Like, you can't really complain about that. So, it very much has its moments where it gets to do very fun and powerful things. And then here, oh, Jesus Christ. And here, like, you can have a turn 8 mind control if you want. I do not run Baron in this deck because I don't think it's good. I think it's greedy. I think it's too slow. I have nothing to do this turn. Normally I wouldn't make this trade, but I desperately need to make some sort of play. So this is an insane curve that I have. So I do orient myself a little bit more towards the late game, and I very much want to try and make as much tempo as I can to kill the opponent. Wow, that's an incredibly slow turn for him. That's really good. I really want to be able to coin out Savannah High Maid next turn. So if his turn consists of playing a minion, then I don't trade into it and I just attack. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Actually, so he has to waste his entire, if he attacks with this and then plays it again, he's wasted in his entire turn. And I still have a Sylvanas. Like, this is still incredibly good for me. So I couldn't care less if he follows the rules again. Like, oh no, whoop-de-doo. So now we have a Feign Death that can possibly just be bonkers. The only problem here is that, of course, Paladins have their full free board clear of equality into Consecration. So I'm trying to get him to blow that as quickly as possible, because as soon as he does that, I'm free to play things like my Kel'Thuzad, my King Crush. So at this point, I don't want to flood the board too hard. What I have here is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with what I have. So I do not want to spend much more resources onto the board. But this is where it's kind of nice, where I can just play a Feign Death. I get 2/2/2s, I get to steal a minion, and I get a 2/1. Like, you know, how can you beat that? That's insane. Also, next turn, I can play my Lotheb into Feign Death. And that is an incredibly powerful turn when it comes to tempo, because that locks him out of combo next turn, and I don't think he knows what to do here. I legitimately think he does not know what to do. Holy cow. Okay, so this is an easy play for me. This is like the definition of an easy play. Whoo! So no matter what, we get to steal. So now he is locked out of his combo for next turn. And he's staring at 11, 18, 20, 22. He's staring at almost lethal. And almost no matter what he does, next turn, I have King Crush to just stomp him. And with this Sylvanas on the board, like, this is incredibly... Like, my hand is insane. That's fine. I think I just... Yeah, I just silence here. So now he has to double clear the board, and he's just in terrible shape. Like, he's dead. Especially with King Crush. Like, this is just well played. I don't think there's anything in the game here that saves him. So, good job, Control Paladin. You did well, but... There you go. This deck is insane. Like, and yeah, he was kind of slow on some of his turns, but he had some answers. He played 3 follow the rules, and like he still couldn't do anything. So that's the deck in the nutshell. The deck is insanely fun. You basically need to play nothing but some of the best minions in the game, and some of the best tempo minions. I use one Hunter's Mark. It just fits the idiom very well. Very rarely do you need a little bit of come from behind with this deck, simply because you're not running Unleash the Hounds, and you're not running oh gosh, what do you call it? Skill Command. You're not running Skill Command, which I know it's Kill Command. Skill Command. You're not running either of those cards, so you need some, because you're relying very heavily on keeping board position and keeping advantage through these minions that, you know, keep working after their death. So one Hunter's Mark Web Spinner is just a great Death-rattle minion. He's very nice because sometimes you just get people to waste their hero power on it, and you still get to get a card after that. So it's just a nice little early game. Plus, he's really good for popping bubbles. He's really good against shielded mini bots. Feign Death it's a staple of the card. Freezing Trap, as you saw earlier, just can cause the opponent to just have nothing on the board. You can, to bring a term from Magic the Gathering, it's called Time Walk. Sometimes you just get to Time Walk your opponent, and you almost get a free turn because they can't do anything. Haunted Creeper, just super value Death-rattle creature. Loot Hoarder, the only draw mechanic in the deck. Very necessary, especially later on, if you get a couple low cost minions. Like, later on, you're like, oh man, I need to play like a Loot Hoarder, a Haunted Creeper, and like a Harvest Golem, and then you're like, this isn't a very powerful turn. But oh, let me Feign Death on top of all of that, and you get 2 extra 1/1s, you draw a card, and you get a 2/1. So, unless they have AoE, you've just put a lot of power on the board while drawing a card for 2 mana, so you can't really beat that. Mad Scientist, obviously, one of the highest tempo cards in the game, especially with Freezing Trap. Eaglehorn Bow, one of the only sources of removal in the deck. You have to run it, it's just that good. Animal Companion, just 3 solid creatures. Harvest Golem, just good 3-drop sticky Death-rattle minion. It's just very good. Pilot Treasure, arguably one of the best 4-drops in the game. Obviously, incredible Death-rattle effect. Just super great value, especially with Death-rattle, or with Feign Death. Loatheb is Loatheb is Loatheb is Loatheb. He just protects your next turn and sometimes just lets you kill someone. It's a huge tempo gain. Sludge Belcher, great against the aggro decks. Again, when you've got, Kel'Thuzad, you've got Feign Death, you just get to get a lot of value out of it. Savannah Highmane, arguably the best class rare in the game. I probably the best costed minion in the game aside from Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom obviously can't get silenced, whereas Feign can. But even if he is silenced, you still have a 6/5, which isn't bad. But if he doesn't get silenced, he is monstrous value, especially against AoE. And especially with Feign Death, getting, you know, 2/2/2s for 2 mana, that alone makes Feign Death worth it. Sylvana Feign, I mean, it's a Death-rattle deck. You've got Feign Death to trigger her. She's been powerful even after her nerf in beta. She's remained just a top tier minion. She used to cost 5. She used to cost 5 mana. Dr. Boom, he's Dr. Boom. You need a 7-drop and Dr. Boom exists. Like, it is what it is. These 2 minions are questionably the 2 minions that you could take out for something like your kill command or unleash the hounds or something, but they are so strong in the late game. Kel'Thuzad can just win you games outright. Trade your board in, or like Feign Death, trade your board in and get it all back. Is backbreaking. Is you get him? You get him to go off once, and sometimes you've just simply won the game. Sneed's Old Shredder, one of the stickiest minions in the game. He might be on the chopping block, but I haven't decided yet. Simply because sometimes I just get really, 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 really awful legends. But on average, I think that I averaged out like you're gonna get like a 5/5, so you're getting 10, 13 in stats. And especially with Feign Death, like on turn 10, you're like, oh, I'll just have 2 legendaries on the board, and if he dies, I'll get another one. So the value there, and especially against any kind of AoE, is you can't pass it up. It's just too good. So that's the deck in a nutshell. It's a lot of fun. It's a completely different beast, as opposed to aggro, and it's a completely different beast even to playing the mid-range Hunter deck. So if you like it, I'd love to hear a like, comment, and subscribe. If you hate it, tell me why. If you want to make changes to it, put them below. Any likes, comments, and subscribes really, really encourage me to keep making decks. I love comments, and I respond to every single comment that I get. So I hope you enjoyed the match. I hope you enjoyed the deck. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.